Alright y'all, so because we have another Bren Esports match coming up here in a few hours that we're going to be watching, I basically wanted to answer a question you all have been asking me. You all have been asking me, do I think Bren Esports can be beat? And yes, I think any team can be beat. Do I think they are going to be beat? I can't see that happening. I just can't foresee that happening right now because they have a lot of different things and they're strong in a lot of areas. A lot of other teams are just not at this current point in time in Mobile Legends, and there's nothing wrong with that. They're like, everyone needs to improve. But also I heard that Yuji came from Dota 2 as well, and if that's the case, that would make sense why the team is probably very strong as well, because they were coached by someone who came from Dota 2. They were assisted by another guy from like League of Legends or something like that. Well, Akosi and Jimmick, I know both of those two came from other MOBAs, and if Yuji came from another MOBA, that means they already had that insight and knowledge there. So to have that type of insight and knowledge into MOBAs already, you're going to look at MOBAs different from just a Mobile Legends player. Like if you're a Mobile Legends player and you've never played a MOBA before Mobile Legends, it's quite rare that you would just be insanely good or better than someone who came from a different game, who already understands MOBAs in general. Like a lot of people still in the community can't even see the connection between like the different MOBAs. But anyway, what we're going to be doing is basically analyzing these team compositions. That's what we're going to be looking at. And this is just going to be one example, but this can be done with every game. And if you are a pro team, you should be doing this after every single game. Like you should be studying the best in the game, which means everybody should be trying to analyze Bren Esports, see what they're doing right, see what they're doing wrong, see some of the mistakes they make, see how they come back from those mistakes and capitalize and basically continue to win. So basically this is what needs to be done. So let's take a look at the team composition. So we have a hero, like we have crowd control hero, crowd control hero, crowd control hero, crowd control hero. So we have 4 crowd control heroes who also specialize in diving. Like all these heroes can dive you. Let's look at theirs. And then they also have a damage dealer. Let's point out that this damage dealer is Yuji, arguably the best mage in the game. Arguably the best mage in the game. There's a case to be made that he's probably the best mage in the game right now. So basically, you have the damage dealer that plays at this level that nobody already can compete with to begin with. And then let's look at this team comp. So they have these two, these two tanks, Akai and Grok. And basically, Akai, he's easy to dodge. He's easy to evade most of the time. Grok, he's kind of slow. He can't really initiate fast. He can put up that wall and he can get you. And when he loads up and comes after you, he does do a ton of damage. But at the same time, he's pretty easy to evade too if you're good at positioning, which Bren Esports is. Then let's look at Chow. Chow, while he's very dangerous, especially in the right hands, he's also pretty easy to evade if you know what you're doing. So you have three heroes, very sustainable heroes, very capable heroes, and they are strong with team comps, but they're all very easy to evade if you're an experienced team, which Bren Esports is. So already this isn't really the best team comp. Like it's hard to evade some like let's say Akai jumps out of a bush. Like he has to, before he can stun you, he has to mark you first. So by the time you get marked, you're gonna know, move, Akai is coming. By the time like he comes out, he hits his ultimate, you're just grabbed. It's just that. And then he hits his ultimate, you're just hit. You're just hit. Like it's just that simple. Grok comes out and he puts up a wall, you know Grok is coming, so you flicker out or something. Then compare that to Hylos. Hylos can't, there's a case to be made that he can be evaded, but also he can just hit his ultimate, run at you, and then stun. So his ultimate is going to make him faster than most people can run. So 9 times out of 10, if he ults you and he's coming at you, you're probably going to get stunned. So I mean, it's very hard to escape these heroes, and it's a lot easier to escape these heroes. Now Chow, on the other hand, Chow coming up in the right way, Chow can, like, he's very hard to escape as well. So I think this is like the most capable hero of being able to do something here. Chow probably, and then the combination with Hellkurt. But also look at the damage dealers. So you have Selena and you have Hellkurt. Now Selena is a very, very good mage who can do a lot of damage. So I mean that's cool. But does this mage play at the same level as Yuji? That's the one thing that you're gonna have to consider when you're considering about trying to beat Bren. Then you have the assassin here. Assassin, like they have 2 mages. You have an assassin. So Hellcurt is strong. Everyone knows Hellcurt is strong, but also assassins are mid-game heroes. Early game, so basically these two, like let's see at what point in the game they hit level 4. So this is the type of stuff that you have to look at when you're trying to analyze teams. So all right, level 4. Under 2 minutes, he's ready to kill anyone. He has his ultimate, he has his abilities. At under 2 minutes, he's ready to kill anyone. So look at that. And Hellcurt, even when he gets his ultimate, yes, his ultimate is annoying, but he does not do enough damage that early on. So we'll give him let's say he'll be dangerous around the maybe 4.5-ish, 5 minute mark. That's when he'll be the most dangerous. So and now if he catches somebody off guard, he's dangerous no matter what. But he doesn't really do that serious damage for a while. So right here, under 2 minutes, already they can be planning on how to attack you, when to attack you, and how to get some damage on your team. Right now, they can start attacking people. And also, this is a great point to bring when I'm talking about when I make my worst heroes videos and stuff like that. This is a great time to talk about that. You have heroes like Layla, Mia, and stuff like that who always make the list, and people always complain about that. Now, these guys can kill in under 2 minutes. Imagine Layla or Mia on this team. Literally, they get strong around 12 minutes. So basically, you're going to give this team 10 to 12 whole minutes to figure out different ways to kill you, or to be basically killing you and bullying you. They have 10 to 12 minutes to just destroy you until you can actually fight back. That is why certain heroes are out of the meta. It's not that they're bad heroes. If this game gets to the 12-minute mark, it's this team would be done for, especially if if the players are good enough. This team would be done for if it starts to get to that 12-minute mark. But the thing is, any good team, you give a good team 3 minutes to come at you. They'll figure out a way to come at you and start taking you down. You give this team right here 12 minutes, it's over with. The game is over. It's already been confirmed who's going to lose that game. So that's why certain heroes don't work in the meta. But anyway, games like this is actually a closer matchup, but I think that they get the slight edge simply because they have 2 early game heroes versus a mid game hero and an early game hero. So they already have the disadvantage, and also they have better engage and sustainability heroes that can basically has crowd control basically. Akai is just too easy to evade. He's too easy for an experienced team to evade. Same with Grok. I don't feel like you can get enough value out of him. Now, in the right situations, under the right conditions, yes. But nah, I just can't see that happening. I can't see that being strong. So let's actually take a look at how they're gonna actually play these heroes. And let's see when. Now look at that. Notice how Chow is pushing people back. I said he's going to be the most annoying one for this team to put up with. Chow can just jump out, stun you, and be ready to kick you. Look at that. So this was a good engage. They caught him. Hellcurt came up at the right time. That was well played. They caught them in a situation where their team wasn't there and wasn't ready. Now, let me point that out as well. If you catching teams off guard with this team comp, you're gonna absolutely get destroyed. This team is still strong enough to absolutely destroy you if you catch them off guard. But when it comes down to just actual team comps and which ones are just better for certain situations, better for which one has the advantage, this team still has the advantage. This team still 100% has the advantage. And the fact that they made that mistake early on, they're not going to keep making that mistake. So you also have to take that into consideration. Can you force this team to make as many mistakes or enough mistakes to where you can keep capitalizing on them being in bad positions? So is that something that you're capable of doing? Do you think that this team is going to continue to make those type of mistakes? Can you continue to do that for the entire duration of the game? You think you're going to keep catching them off guard for 10 minutes straight or 12 minutes straight? That's something that you really have to consider. You have to be realistic too. I don't think a lot of teams are realistic. And honestly, what I think is, I think these team comps are too similar. I think these team comps are built for the same strategy, but this is just a better team comp, and this team is better at doing that strategy. Honestly, going against Bren Esports, I would not try the same strategy that they do. Like, I think the best way to approach Bren Esports is to come up with a strategy to counter what they do. So let's take a look at their heroes. Let's look at what they're built for. Like I said, these heroes dive. They're good at diving and fast. And even Harley, honestly, their whole team is a dive comp. Their whole team can dive fast, has a lot of crowd control. Like, and look at that. Look at that. See how he just came in and pulled him? Like, there's nothing that you can do when you get pulled by that. And notice how Grok and Akai and heroes like that, they have to go in at the right time. Like, this team can initiate. Grok, you see him, he keeps waiting until they initiate, then he goes in, because he gotta catch him at the right time. And that's what he's supposed to do. That's very good on his part. But you, like, having a hero that's forced to wait until you catch everybody not moving, it's kind of a bad situation to be in when they have such high mobility. So yeah, that's just something that you got to consider. Look at him, how he got stunned that quick. Then the crowd control on this tank coming from inside is just crazy as well. Yeah, man. Basically, it's a lot of stuff you have to consider when you're trying to beat Bren Esports, bro. Bren is like a very, very solid team. And let's skim through. Let's skim through some more team fights. I want to see another team fight here. Let's look at an engagement and actually what takes place here. All right, so it looks like some type of engagement is about to happen. No, they actually just caught one out. And this is when they're starting to snowball. So it was close. All right, Joe. So I just had to look for a good point. Now, no, I want you to notice something about this game as well. These games, like, if you notice, like, here's the game right here if you want to go look it up on YouTube or whatever. But basically, this is what happens. Teams don't really have team fights. They just catch each other off guard. They look for opportunities to catch each other off guard. Then they dive individuals. Now, this team has been doing it a lot, but if you go and watch this gameplay, you'll see that because they don't have heroes good enough for diving, like if you get dove by them, you're dead. Like, it's almost guaranteed that you're dead. But if you get dove by them, there's a chance that you can survive that, because no one outside of Chow can basically secure that grab, like secure someone. And basically he has to get that ultimate off on you as well to even do that. It's not likely that somebody's gonna let him mark you and then stun you. Like, that's just not likely. Grok, he can't do much but put up a wall, and if you got flicker, that wall is useless. So Chow is really their only hope in this situation. But notice how you're gonna notice if you watch the gameplay how there's very little team fights except for like when people are taking Lord and at the towers, when they absolutely have to fight. So it's just basically comes down to who catches people off guard the most, and also when you catch people off guard, who can capitalize off that situation. This team is better for capitalizing than this team. So like when you choose a team comp like this versus them, you're going to have to do what they specialize in better than them. And can you do that? Realistically, is your mage good enough to keep securing kills like Yuji is? Like, is your mage good enough to constantly be dishing out damage like Yuji is? That's when you have to really start factoring in each player's individual skills. When you think of Chow, is this Chow really good enough to catch these people? Especially when they play with somebody who's known as one of the best Chow players in the world. It might be like they have these conversations. Like, he knows the best way to evade Chow because he uses them. So the whole team is going to know how to evade Chow and how to survive, the best ways possible to potentially survive if Chow attacks them. So you have to also take that into consideration. Take into consideration the individual skills and experiences of who each team member plays and stuff. So I just think this is a lot of stuff that needs to be considered when you're trying to figure out if a team can be beat and how a team can be beat. Like, this is a lot of stuff that should be on people's minds, a lot of stuff you should be thinking about and trying to see. Basically, yeah, well, like, what's the best strategy to go against a team like Bren Esports? But let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. What strategy would you try to use? Would you try to do the exact same thing? Do you think this team comp is better? And explain to me why if you do think that. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, man. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, fam. Peace out, Joe.
I'm on it. Can't fail for my family, I want it. So they'll never need hope or want it.